All right, welcome to the 2016 Boys Championship IISSAC game. Wesley Stars versus BALI. Wesley's only loss of the tournament so far. Round robin or knockout games, as they're still in, obviously. It's not from the knockout games, but only loss of the round robin was against BALI. So far, a total of 5 wins, 0 draws, 1 loss for Wesley against BALI's team that has yet to lose, taking only 1 draw against Surabaya in the round robin games. So they're now 5-1-0. BALI having beaten Wesley in the round robin games, the round robin match between the two teams 2-0, although Wesley was playing without Ben Schoenemann, Wesley's starting attacker who is in the game right now to start. Atwood takes a shot early from the right. Number 11, Jack Atwood in for BALI. Number 17, James Atwood. Number 7, Keisuke Mafun. Number 10, Alfonso Romero, who had to sit out the semifinal match against Bais this last game due to 2 yellow cards in the round robin. And so he's going to come in fresh, having not played a game yet today. And then finally, Ethan Simmerman, number 6, also in for BALI. So Ben sat out that first game, and BALI won it 2-0, having a few different looks. Torres takes a shot from near midfield, not a good place for a high percentage shot, but just tries to get something on the goal. Number 7, Keisuke makes a move on Joseph Kim. 2 defenders or 3 defenders there, but Ethan is going to now look just shoot it, keeps it low. This dangerous spot, at least getting the goalie's head that they're going to shoot. During that 2-0 win that BALI had on Wesley, they had several good looks, and they were all different looks. They like to put a defender who will float in past, an attacker who will float in past Wesley's defense. And they will patiently wait near midfield. They like to cross it. They'll wait for someone to get behind defense and punch something up and over where it is always a dangerous situation. So that ended up working 2 or 3 times. Not always directly off of the cross, but sometimes off of the rebound. As Ben Schoenemann throws it in, but Ethan Zimmerman controls past Torres Lee. And James Atwood goes to Jack Atwood in the center, and he's going to have a dangerous look, but John Park able to control it. So BALI Wesley, let's talk a little bit about a history. About 360 days ago, give or take, 5 days. An incorrect throw-in called on Ethan Zimmerman, so Wesley will have the throw-in. Again, the refs looking for you to exaggerate that follow-through, not a sideways throw. Last year, BALI had beaten Wesley in the round robin and played in the semifinals, BALI being an undefeated team during that semifinals game. They went up 1-0. Wesley tied the game on a Ben Schoenemann goal past Ethan Zimmerman, and then we'll show the flashback here for the kick from John Park in a 1-1 tight game, second half, that tipped off of Torres' noggin of hair and barely bounced in the goal before. Nice shot by Keisuke. Holy smokes, upper right corner, and John Park dives, gets a hand on it. They center it, and Alfonso puts a good foot on it, simply plants the leg. As it deflects off, it goes past the far post. So in that game, it was tied 1-1. A BALI team that was undefeated in that tournament put a lot of shots on goal, hit the post more than any team would ever wish to. And John Park's deflection off Torres bounced in the goal before BALI's goalie could stop it. And Wesley won that game 2-1 and would go on to win last year's IISSAC tournament. So here's what happens when you remember stuff like that. You don't want to dwell on it. Maybe there's a difference, but I think one thing that can happen that you may have seen during the round robin game and you may see from BALI today is that you get a feeling of like we deserved last year's championship. And so That's a scary team to play that thinks they deserve to win, because they'll end up playing with confidence. They'll end up looking for ways to win, faithful that they are going to. And so, you know, it's scary enough to play any team that thinks they, you know, goes in thinking they deserve to win. And you talk about a BALI team that plays smart, has several different looks, is fundamentally sound, athletic. A team like that thinks they're, you know, deserve to win is going to be extremely difficult. Ben gets past two defenders, centers it to Torres, who patiently backs to Ben Schoeneman, can't get it past the defender, who deflects to Joseph Kim, and now Bali's going to be able to control it. So Keisuke's going to go towards midfield, and Nathaniel will punch it back. Ethan Zimmerman skies it, so loose ball bounces. Jack heads it. Ben was able to sneak it into that dangerous spot in front of the goal for Torres, but Torres one touch too late, and so it hit a defender, and he backed to Ben. Ben took another shot, deflects off Bali's defenders, and still 0-0 game in these 20-minute halves of the Boys IISSAC 2016 Championship. So they're going to get a yellow card called against Alfonso for some rough play. Joseph Kim going in for the handshake, but some rough play going for the ball. And I think what the referees don't like, especially when they can see that lowering of the shoulder into the body before the ball is controlled, is really just seen as a yellow card, almost without a doubt. Ben Schoeneman, a hard center, and Torres, one split second too late, makes it a BALI goalie ball instead of a deflection into the goal. Hamilton in the goal, once again for BALI. I think you're going to see, unless someone is too fatigued that they're ineffective, you're going to see the same 6 guys on each team out there for most of this game. James Atwood with the throw-in, exaggerates his body movement towards the direction. Good job. Keisuke looks, makes a juke. Nice shot. Joseph Kim comes up for it. You just have to think how far in advance he's looking through his juke, which side he's going to try and shoot from. Ethan looking for a give and go here, but too high, so Keisuke gets a shot. So hard to control that high bounce. John Park is going to throw it past midfield. Torres is going to go against Alfonso Romero. Gets ahead on it. Keisuke has, as we've said, James Atwood floats in past Wesley defenders like they like to do. Keisuke patiently waits with the ball, and then he just punches it in front of the goal. So, you know, once he gets behind that defender, if they're not aware, it's a goal chance. Keisuke tries to center again. That's what we saw several times in the round-robin game. And when they see an opening, they're going to cross it that way. Keisuke with the throw-in. Gets the ball back from Alfonso and takes a shot. Ethan Zimmerman will try to find an attacker. Torres can't get there. You're going to have Alfonso, who has someone behind but maybe doesn't see him, and quick turn and shot. How quick it is. I mean, that's normally not an ineffective shot, but when you do it quickly enough, the goalie barely has a chance to get on the ground. So that past the near post, beyond the reach of John Park, but out of bounds. Alfonso with the ball here up the left sideline. Keisuke's going to look to center it. Atwood looks for the Atwood give and go, but man, most people struggle just enough to keep the ball under control. He's keeping the ball under control, running at full speed, looking for someone open. Nice shot by James. He looks center, as if he's going to center that ball, and then just takes the shot. Quick decision making all around for BALI. Wesley will look to set it up, but Joseph Kim's touch is not effective, so we're going to have 3 attackers for Atwood to look for, and James will be one of them. He centers. John gets a hand on it before Ethan can head that ball in the goal. Joseph Kim clears it. So many different looks from the BALI side. Nice shot by BALI. John Park plants a foot, and it ends up being the difference between a 1-0 lead BALI and a 0-0 tie. Just planted his right foot. What a nice shot. Keisuke's gonna fake the shot. Atwood has a shot. Deflects off John's hip and out of bounds, and one look by Keisuke, two looks by Jack Atwood. Third look as James Atwood is on the far post. Just three people ready to put that ball in the goal. There's a header, far post, so close. John Park hits that ball just out of bounds, far post. You cannot take a break if you're Wesley's defense. Keisuke with the corner. Left-footed corner, and ref is going to ask for a little less body contact prior to the corner kick. Good corner, just above James Atwood's head. And this is what we've said for the size of field and the level of play these boys are at, especially these two teams, is that they have higher percentage of high stress situations, high stress time than some of the bigger fields, because they're always looking to counter the attack. Here we go, center from James Atwood, can't find Jack Atwood before Ben clears it. Corner kick finds the head of Ethan Zimmerman on the move, tries to make a header 90 degrees into the goal. Extremely difficult athletic shot, goes high left. Victor Deathan in for Wesley now, with Ben and Victor and Torres up, and now Wesley has two defenders to four BALI attackers, and Alfonso chooses not to pass to any of the other three and goes for the shot far left. Nice move by Jack Atwood. Alfonso's going to try and center it. He's got Keisuke, who will take a shot low, and Nathaniel gets a foot on it. And that's going to be James Atwood with a good shot on John Park. After the deflection, stays with it, focuses, and gets the first goal of the game, 1-0 BALI. One thing you will probably see in championship matches on both sides is as BIS scores their first goal, 1-0 on the girls' side against BALI. You're going to see this on both sides. Stephen Richardson in the game for Wesley now, but you're going to see smart play, and they don't give up on a play. In other words, they will follow it. As James Atwood missed his first shot, he's stuck in there, and then another one-touch shot ends up being the goal. If he gives up on that play, after the first shot is deflected, there's no goal, but he doesn't give up on it. He stays in and takes a second shot. You should see that on both sides today, and it can make the difference between those finding a way to win and not finding a way to win. Keisuke's going to go up with Jack on the left and James on the right. Goes to Jack. Jack's going to take a left foot shot, and John gets a foot on it, but Bradman there takes a left foot shot as well, one-touch shot. He just recently got in the game and already getting in the fray for for a shot high and to the left. Keisuke makes a nice move and a left foot shot just left of the post. Wesley's 2 defenders and 3 attackers are quite far apart with no one in between, so tough to transition. They're trying to make that transition. Now they have 3 defenders, 2 attackers, but making that long transition is tough to make a good pass and control it. Victor Deathan will come out now with Eunhyuk Do coming in. John Park goes straight for Eunhyuk Do, who gets a head on it, but goes far right. Last few football or soccer IISSAC championships have gone to one of these 2 teams, BALI or Wesley, and I think everyone remembers it. Anyone on the field certainly does. Anyone on the field who was there last year certainly remembers how that ended up. Keisuke has several people in the center. He's going to try and make a move on Chris, but Eunhyuk there to take the ball away after Keisuke tries to make some fancy footwork pay off, but too much time wasted, so Jack will try and bring it up. He goes straight back to Keisuke. Nice control with the chest. Makes another, he looks to Ethan in the center, but just not enough space. Eunhyuk Do stops, and Torres is going to try and get the ball in BALI's backfield, and now Wesley will come back to their non-press defense as BALI's up 1-0. 3 minutes left in this first half. Ilang number 8 now in the game for BALI. We're going to get a handball called on Jack Atwood, so Wesley will have a free kick. James Atwood has come out for some rest after scoring BALI's first goal. And gets it far left. Torres tries to correct, but not able to. Wesley playing more of a zone defense, and so they're leaving Keisuke open on the left sideline. Ilang has a bit of space on the right, not exactly wide open, but a bit of space, and BALI goes straight for the shot, and the open space Ilang is open to find pays off as he runs into the goalie circle. A good patient look from Bradman, centers from backfield. Ilang just puts a leg on it, and John is unable to contain that change of direction. Nice patience, good center by Bradman Turner. And Ilang, number 8 for BALI, scores their second goal, so they're up 2-0 in this first half. Torres is moving back to defense now, and Ben moves to offense. They're going to see if this little change will help. Eunhyuk and Ben on offense now with Chris, Torres, and Nathaniel on defense. There are times when you want to change it up if it's not working. The knockout round days, it's hard to try something new if you haven't trained it in practice. So I think they've trained with these formations a little bit. They don't want to go too far outside of what the players are going to be comfortable and confident with, though. BALI doesn't have to change much. They have Bradman Turner and Ethan in the backfield still. Spread wide left and right, and Keisuke ready to transition, playing almost a midfield position near the left sideline. Now back to defense with Ilang staying up right. And Jack Atwood up on the left side. BALI's going to kill time if Wesley's not going to press in this, as they're down 2-0. So Now Ethan will take it up and take a right foot shot. Torres gets a foot on it, flips it over to Ben, but Keisuke heads up, header. Elang and Jack Atwood looking for a give and go. Nathaniel able to stop it, but then they throw it in. Some communication you may not be able to see as BALI's players don't even use words sometimes. They're just pointing to who's open while they're moving, trying to move Wesley defenders. Just some smart play. It takes a lot of trust here. And the referee's going to call the first half over with a 2-0 BALI lead so far in this pressure-packed game of a BALI-Wesley battle. We'll see if Wesley can put a press on, get some pressure on goal, and stop BALI's attack, which has so far been extremely effective. All right, so still 2-0 Bali in the second half with about 10 minutes left to play. Regardless of who wins or loses, this is the end of the season for both teams. Having played 6 games so far, 5 games in the round robin, 1 quarterfinal game. Ben Schoenemann is going to get the personal foul called. That's the second yellow card for Alfonso Romero, so he's going to be out of this championship match as he was a little late to the body contact. It is so tough to play aggressive and controlled. So he's a split second too late to Ben's dribble, and it ends up being personal foul contact. That was the second yellow card of the game. He'll be out. James Atwood here on the left side. Jack Atwood still just Bali battling for every possession, and they've just controlled the ball most of this game. Very well played. Wesley's looking to find just a burst of an attack. They have Stephen Weston, Torres, Ben, and Nathaniel in right now. Have yet to score on Bali. Uh-oh. We have a hard kick. Oh, shoot. We have a hard kick hit the back of the goalie's head, and he's going to go down, need a little rest. It looks like he's a bit dizzy. Ben's kick went off the right post and just back into the back head of Hamilton. Looked a little dizzy, so he laid down for some rest, but they're going to call it out of bounds before it deflected into the goal. Wesley thought it was a goal, but it may have bounced outside of the goal, so they'll call it out of bounds first, and it will be a goalie ball. Checking on Hamilton, he's okay, a little shaken up. Tough kid, ready to play again. And regardless of whether he's ready, that's a smart choice. Bali's gonna take him out. Let him get some rest. That was a hard hit. My goodness.
Albert, ball Albert. Albert.
Weston Sharp, nice shot off a really tough deflection. Hits it before it bounces too high, but can't keep it centered, so it stays low, but not on the goal. Less than 10 minutes in the championship game. 2-0 Bali. Meanwhile, BIS beating Bali girls 2-0. Wesley looking to put something together, and Ben gets a rare look, deflected by Bali's defense. Another good corner kick. Torres goes in. Wesley getting hungry for a kick here as Bali has changed out their goalie. Hamilton took a bit of a shot off the right post, and so he's going to take some rest. And we had to get a yellow shirt on Bali's goalie, so Wesley players aren't confused since his dark jersey is very similar. Ben takes a heel, gets it center for Torres, who dives and takes a shot just past the right post. An athletic pass and a good chance on goal. Still 2-0 Bali. Jack Atwood down the side, and their attacks are a little less numerous in amount of attacks and in amount of players, as they're staying a little more conservative, knowing this is the last 10 minutes maybe of the season, being up 2-0. So you had Atwood and Elang, but not putting it together as much as they are in the first half, maybe for good reason. So Nathaniel Heath look to start a Wesley attack to Torres. Torres back to Ben. Ben takes a shot, but Bradman Turner there. Ben on the shot again. Deflects off of Zimmerman. Torres gets a chest on the ball. Deflecting back to Victor. It's going to be slapped out of bounds before Wesley corner ball. Good defense, BALI, knowing that Wesley's hungry to get on the board here. Victor with the corner goes back to Ben. Takes a shot too high. So what happens if you start believing it's already over? That's the danger for either team. You just want to see them play through to the last second. Ben gets ahead on this ball, and they fight for position down near Wesley's goal circle. Some body contact. Nathaniel kicks that out of bounds. BALI throw in. Good center by Jack Atwood. Steven able to get ahead on it. Takes a right foot shot, and Nathaniel deflects it before John has to stop it. So even with two attackers, BALI is keeping Wesley's 3 players busy back on defense there. Ethan wins the battle with Torres, and then Ben able to kick that ball out of bounds, deflecting off. Well, they're going to call it on Ben, so a couple battles there for the ball. We're going to have a throw-in violation by Elang. Torres trying to get the ball with control. He's going to take a left foot shot. Nice heads up by Ethan Zimmerman. Torres won the battle with Bradman Turner down low, but Ethan, seeing it, comes to his teammate for some help, slides in the way before his goalie even has to touch it. What teamwork. That's so good to see him. Even if he doesn't think Bradman's going to lose that battle, he's there for him. So Victor makes one move and a handball on Ethan. We're going to call play on here. Nathaniel Heath is going to look to set it up again. Takes a left foot shot too high. And so BALI will set it up again, and we're just going to look at how they use the field here as they're so spread. You got Bradman Turner on the right. Ethan will come center again, but we're just going to look at how far Atwood is from Keisuke when they're coming upfield, and then they both angle in towards the goal. Oh, we see Steven trying to clear it, and Keisuke takes a shot to the face. What a tough player, has just battled for the ball all game long. So, whoa. Takes one in the face, but he's okay. Ben goes down the right sideline. Jack Atwood fakes the shot. Instead crosses to Keisuke, who can't put it on goal. Victor tries to make a move on Turner. Sound defense by Turner, and we will have a BALI throw-in ball with Nathaniel's wild kick. And you see maybe a little, you're not used to seeing these types of out-of-control kicks and what goes on in the mind in a championship match alone, not to mention in a championship match when you're losing and there are 5 minutes left, is desperation. And so you just end up making a few different plays than you would normally make, and it's hard to stay under control. So that's what they're battling right now. We're gonna see what they're made of. So Ben will come for the throw-in for Wesley, number 10. Chris able to take the ball past midfield. liked the look, so he took a shot. We've still got Bradman Turner, Ethan Simmerman, Jack Atwood, who is looking tired midfield. Keisuke. And you've got Bali's team is playing with 4 right now. Against Wesley's 5, Ben, Torres, Victor, Nathaniel, and Chris. As Bali looks to preserve a 2-0 lead in what would be the 2016 championship. Victor tries to get a heel shot on, but it doesn't go in. Keisuke, good hustle, gets past Nathaniel and has an open look. John Park comes out and makes a sliding stop. Keisuke was looking for the far post, so Chris is going to try and center, and Ethan heads up, trying to read him all the way. About 2 minutes left in this boys match. Meanwhile, the girls' BIS team, who is #1 seed after the round robin, has just won the girls' championship 2-0. And Bali wins the 2016 boys IISSAC championship match. What a tournament played. 0 losses, 6 wins, 1 tie. What a great standard of play, and they're going to go shake hands here. Wesley's team goes down 2-0, unable to score on Bali both matches in this 2016 tournament. Thank you so much for watching. If you know anybody from BALI, let them know how much you appreciate putting on the tournament and all the hard work they have done and will do to clean up our mess here that we've made this weekend. So take care. Hope to see you soon.